Welcome back to the Death Curse. This is session number 17, King of Feathers. It's been a while since we played, but here's a quick summary of what happened last time. The group went into one of the shrines, did some weird nonsense with animal masks, and figured out how to get the cube out of the monkey statue, and upon doing so, accidentally cursed a couple members of the group. A couple hours have passed since that time. They've been trying to bed down, trying to think as to what they're going to do with Shago the zebra and Morzul the lion, king of the jungle himself. But in the process, they have been interrupted from their sleep due to a very loud roaring and horns blaring. As they inspect the area around them, they notice that a 50-foot tall Tyrannosaurus Rex with feathers growing out of the sides of its head and a band of kobolds seem to be moving through the streets, seemingly on a collision course with one another and with the shrine. High up on a building across the street, across the thoroughfare, is Chorus, Tor, and Rusk. And I believe, Zach, you still have control of Tor, is that right?
Of Tor, I do not.
Alright, I'll throw that back at you.
Oh, goody.
That's your favorite?
Playing 2 characters at a time, often with spell list.
You're probably saying to yourself, why don't you give it to Kevin? Because I don't ever want to give not your his brother. I want you to do what you want with him, while he's gone. And I want him to know it was your fault.
Oh, man.
All right. So, that's the situation. What would you want to do?
We have the sense that King of Feathers and kobolds are coming in this direction,
Let me
correct?
give you a bird's eye view of the situation.
Please.
Where are we?
That's a pickle.
That
looks real bad.
Northwest at 12. See a lot of
Oh,
see a lot of
okay.
action.
Yeah, the people up in the high tower across the street, you'll notice that the King of Feathers is surrounded, seems to be being followed by Dionychuses, which are the velociraptor-like dinosaurs. They seem to be just following him around, like they're buddies.
Do they climb?
They can walk up the stairs and then walk down the stairs, it seems, yeah.
What I'm saying is, can they get to the top of the building, do we know, that we're at? Or do we feel like we're pretty safe up here?
The height of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, its head is pretty much like right about on level with the balcony.
Oh, shit.
So perfect biting distance. But the Dionychuses don't appear to have any means of climbing and scaling flat, broken stone.
But they seem to be focused on each other, correct? Not us.
Make an insight check.
A 2, I am a barbarian.
If that's the story you want to tell yourself, if that helps you, get along.
I would like to point out that today I have rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice, and not one has been over a 3.
All right.
It's been a good weekend, guys.
Get it out of your
Proud of
system
you,
now.
No idea. That said, you can see outside Elliot that the dwarfs are kind of having a conversation with Eric, the old guy. And Eric kind of says, we can't stay out here in the courtyard. Those Dionysus will smell us and they'll come at us. We gotta get into the temple, into the shrine. What are we gonna do about your friend? Says that to Elliot.
There's no way to get him out, right? Like, we've been over this like our last session.
Well, he could probably squeeze out, but I don't want him to be out and about.
Is he cool?
with the King of Feathers? Can you just go in there and check and see if it's gonna, if your friend's gonna eat us? And then Eric looks over at Hugh Hackinstone and Musharib and says, if you two could help me try and break these bars open a bit, maybe we can get Shago through. It's going to be a tight fit for him too, but we got to get him inside. If he's stuck in these bars, he's just going to... I mean, he's just going to be a buffet dinner for them.
No problem, brother.
All right, go ahead and make a strength athletics check there. You should have access to your character sheet. Hold on.
One-armed barbend, go.
I'll check. I'll click on it.
I hit show to
No
player. You
handout.
should be able to see it. Do you see your character sheet?
I see it.
Kevin, I just hit show to
Ooh,
players.
character sheet. Oh, this is like a real character sheet. All right, so click on.
That's an NPC character sheet. So you see
I
underneath
got
the
the-
stats it says skills. You don't have athletics, so you'll just click on the strength.
Oh, okay. So I was in the right sheet at least.
Yeah, it's an NPC sheet. You're not a real boy.
Oh man.
You're an NPC.
Now I clicked the wrong. I accidentally exited. I'm sorry, people.
That's good, man.
All right. Oh, here he is. All right. I gotta get this thing together.
No worries. Yeah, but this is what an NPC sheet looks like if you ever run.
Okay.
Basic.
If I ever run.
It's just like the
So what did you-
cards. If you don't have athletics, which you don't, just hit the strength in the top left of the sheet. There should
Okay.
be, you know.
Did that work?
So you got a 10. So you're huffing and heaving, and Musharib is also trying and giving what for. And Clyde, you can see that they're having some effort, the dwarves. They're not really doing much to the steel bars or the iron bars. Is there anything you'd like to do to help?
I suppose I could take one's place if it looks like one isn't.
Okay. So you slide into Musharib's place, and you are going to be helped by Hackenstone. So you go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
That is an 18.
All right. The two of you manage to pull the bars open pretty wide, and then kind of with some assistance from the zebra, who seems intent on getting out, manage to squeeze him with some effort and some cutting on the zebra, actually, out of the pipe. So it now has kind of like streaks on the back hindquarters of it. Slight just scratches, lacerations, not very deep or anything. But it's kind of, you know, what's red, black and white, or whatever the newspaper nonsense. Anyways, it's a zebra with blood on it. But yeah. And,
I don't want anything smelling that zebra blood.
Okay.
Would it take, say, a cure wounds or even a mending?
If you have
To take care of that?
Mending works on objects, not people. So yeah, it'd
Okay.
be like a cure spell.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Zebras
get that.
and people?
Zebras
Creatures.
are people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
You
Splash
quickly
him.
kind of heal the
clean that
wounds
blood up.
and clean the blood up. Eric and you kind of guide Shago towards the back area. Real quick, that's a very interesting point. Steve, do me a favor, make a perception check.
I was gonna say, if a couple hours have passed, like this in the middle of the night, I'd probably be sleeping.
Yeah, but go ahead and make a perception check there.
Sure. Wow, it actually was skill and perception. I am a 17.
So you're having this great dream of you like rushing across the plains somewhere back in, you know, near the Sword Coast, from where you're from. But you're, you know, predatory. You're stalking some sort of creature out in the wild, and you start to kind of feel this strange, like acrid kind of irony smell enter your nose, and it kind of brings you to wake. You smell food. Again, you have your own personality. You don't have your own like intelligence or, you know, social cunning, and you probably haven't eaten in quite a few hours. It definitely smells like there is prey outside of the shrine. Elliot,
Probably.
Elliot, are you moving into the shrine at this point? Eric asked.
I'm not supposed to be helping.
Well, Eric
Yeah.
asked you to see if your friend was going to murder them if they go back that way.
Can I like feed him first?
What are you
I
gonna?
have some
Well,
rations in my bag. I'd be like, here you go, man.
well, you got to go back there, and you're gonna pull out your rations. I'm assuming your rations have dried meat in it. Are you going to, as you see the lion start to wake up, throw the dried ration meat at the
Yep.
lion? Okay.
Yep.
Steve, it's entirely up to you whether or not this paltry offering is enough, or if a cow man would be more delicious.
I eat the rations, and like you said, I'm a cat, but I feel like I know Elliot enough that he would smell familiar to me.
Okay.
Like I know, like I'm still like I'm a lion, but like
You're still friends
he
with
he smells familiar. Like I could probably eat him, and he'd probably be delicious beef, but like I kind of know him, and I'm kind of he's
It
kind
might,
of a
it might be an interesting angle to the friendship after this night, to be sure.
yeah. I eat the meat, but I'm still salivating.
Okay. That said, you hear a voice from outside. Is he cool? And it appears to be Eric.
I shoot him a thumbs up. Oh, he's cool.
Okay. They start funneling into the back of the shrine, one by one, and Eric and Shago, the zebra, would be last. So, again, lion sensibilities. I'm going to move us back to the shrine map, just in case this goes south. But yeah, all of your compatriots start to enter in, as well as the zebra.
Where are we on this bottom?
Do what must be done.
Okay, sorry, I just trying to
So,
find it.
so those of us not there are not going to see anything.
If you're trying to see what's going on at the shrine, you can see down at it. It's dark, but it's still kind of twilight out. You would see that it looks like they've managed to free Shago and start to pull him into the mouth of the main entrance of the shrine.
I'm assuming that Shago as a zebra, as soon as he sees a lion, his natural instincts are going to make him freak out.
From what you can tell, it's a very interesting kind of dynamic here. If you're familiar with how like a wounded zebra would act, like it's kind of like just thrown in the towel, it's over. I mean, it appears that Shago zebra is kind of in this state. Shago is very
Like he's
proud Chultan, and he does not like being a zebra.
yeah. I don't think I would just lunge for it, but yeah, I would definitely move towards the zebra as it came in. Very like, just I'm a cat. I want to sniff it, see what it is.
Well, as you can see, the room is very tight corridors. Elliot, do you wish to try and kind of help him kind of move away from the side, or are you just like, whoa, this is a big jungle cat, or massive lion? I don't want to deal.
What do you mean? He's my friend.
Well,
Let him go. Let him go ahead of me, yo. I trust him. I have faith in him.
Okay. Are you gonna take a swipe at the zebra?
Yeah, if they just let me get close enough to it, as soon as I start sniffing around its neck, I would probably just try to rip out its jugular with my.
Makes sense.
Just go for that like quick kill.
Man,
Jungle cats do.
Go ahead and.
I really don't like you guys.
Did I give you cat mode or no?
Yeah, you did. I'm using the lion's stats right now.
Go
It's
for
been a
it.
shitty day since we met.
What's happening?
I said bite, so
Steve's
I'll
killing.
get to you, Andy, here in a second.
There's-
You and
I bite.
Okay. It's definitely not expecting the attack, and it takes the bite across the neck. As you all watch it happen, what you find very disturbing, like, of course, a lion attacking a zebra, and you know that the people underneath are not lions or zebras. As you watch this unfold, what is the most distressing thing is the zebra seems to be into it, like, just kind of like, an almost kind of
He's
just
depressed.
resignation to its fate. Like, it understands, Shago Zebra understands that this is the way life should be.
It's the circle of life.
So, cycling
Cool,
through
I
again,
eat him.
Well, you fucked up the no smelling blood plan.
Hackenstone, do you want to try and stop the lion from killing the zebra who you just rescued with the assistance of Eric? It looks like Eric is drawing a sword and trying to get in to defend.
Perfect.
Yeah, what I would say, I'd be like, get out of there.
Do you want to try and handle the animal? Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, go ahead and
Like, I'll try to, like, get him to go where I want him.
make a charisma check, and this will be opposed by the lion's insight.
I'm just going to say I'm sorry beforehand. I'm not good at charisma, but we'll see.
You're definitely not good at charisma. You have no limbs. Oh,
Yes! I rolled the
Look at this guy.
Wow.
Well done.
I don't even roll. I just let him do what he wants. If he pulls me off, I just go with it. He's tamed me.
The new alpha.
so Kevin, is there anything in particular you do, like just get and kind of like gesture him away from him to the other side of the room, or anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe I showed my dominance, and now he gets off at his meal and moves away.
Awesome.
Yeah. I part ways almost like I think he wants in on it, and like he's trying to just be bigger. I kind of rip out the chunk I was eating and just pat it back off and just kind of finish what I was eating and be like, okay, fine, he's the alpha, he can eat first.
Okay.
When I look at his body laying there, does it look salvageable, or is he in pretty bad shape?
Pretty bad. Yeah, pretty bad. I mean, it only took a couple points of damage. It was kind of just like not a massive chunk taken out of the neck, probably just a little bit to chew on, really. Small hunk of flesh, but not much more damage than the door or the bars, the broken bars did to him. But he's bleeding again, Clyde. But as you're figuring that out outside, what you see as you're paying attention, Chorus and Rusk, Tor is kind of disinterested, not really paying attention. Seems to be focusing in on something else, but you're not sure what. But as you're looking down to the situation happening here, it looks like the King of Feathers actually stops a good distance away from the shrine, and the kobolds pass out in front of the shrine, moving towards the King of Feathers, who has stopped and is kind of asserted a position on this pathway. The kobolds seem to be dragging a couple of large bundles with them. One of them appears to be a humanoid figure, but from what you can tell, the lower half doesn't seem to be moving, like it's made out of stone. You then also see that one of the bundles is apparently being dragged by its hindquarters. The hindquarters appear to be serpentine instead of humanoid. It looks like they have quite a few different bundles that they're dragging across the way towards the King of Feathers.
I would say something to everybody else, right? Do you guys see this?
Oh, no, Hackenstone, you're
Just the outside
you're inside
people,
the
right?
shrine. The party split, sorry. So this would be Andy, Chody, and Jeremy.
And so, just if I remember correctly, when we were looking at the other view that we can't see right now, there were just tons and tons of these creatures.
So yeah, I'll go ahead and flip us back to it real quick. But yeah, there's I'd say probably a good dozen or so kobolds. One of them appears to have wings. It appears to be walking along with the others, carrying kind of a gnarled staff, probably the leader of the group. And then they're dragging along these bundles.
Right. So, Chorus would look to Rusk and Tor and sort of motion to just get down and be quiet. This is not a time to fuck.
Okay. Like I said, Tor's disinterested, appears to be staring off at something else. Rusk, what would you like to do?
Yeah, no, I would definitely be getting down. They look way outnumbered. I mean, granted, stupid barbarian, but not that stupid.
Right.
They actually stop pretty close to directly underneath where you're located. The King of Feathers, from your current position, is probably only about 100 or so feet. So if you kind of look out over the balcony's balustrade, you would basically be looking right into the eyes of the king. Kind of looking down through the holes in the balustrade, you can see that the kobold leader and a couple of kobolds with the bundles are moving towards the front of the King of Feathers, and they start yelling at things in Draconic up to the King of Feathers. Rusk, you speak Draconic, correct?
Yes, sir. I believe. Hold on, let me make sure before I. before you.
Yeah, pretty sure lizard folks speak the
Yes,
jargon.
I do.
Yep. So it seems that the kobolds are offering something up to the King of Feathers. The language is the same. It is Draconic, but it seems that they're using kind of a strange dialect. So you get the gist of the words, not the exact turns of phrase that are being utilized here. But from what you can tell, it sounds like they're offering up interlopers who have entered into the King of Feathers' great city and offer up these individuals as sacrifices as a feast to the King of Feathers. It seems that the leader of this group, he is calling himself, and he continually refers to himself in the course of this conversation as Kakarol. He says the Red Scales offer up these gifts to you. As you're watching, they stand the man up who looks like his legs are made of stone, but it appears that his top half is still moving and active, and he looks very kind of pallid. You can notice that the garb that he's wearing appears similar to the garb that Tor wears. It appears to be a red wizard of Thay. And he kind of doesn't have the energy to like scream or beg for his life. They kind of pull his clothing off of him and kind of tear it away where it connects with the stone. It seems like the bottom half of him is just completely solid block. And the King of Feathers kind of lowers its head down and slowly starts to kind of just bite down on the guy. Not quickly, not suddenly, seemingly smart enough to know that biting down on stone is not a smart thing. It seems to just pick the body clean away from the stone, kind of wrenching the spine out, and tendons and muscle and gore. But leaves a pretty awesome set of legs there on the street. You can see that the sorcerer type, the one with the wings, appears to be going through his baubles. Go ahead and make a perception check, Rusk and Chorus.
14. Chris is on it.
You see the kobold pull out what appears to be a cube, look at it like concerned, and then put it in his own bag very quickly.
Do I recognize this cube?
It appears to be one of the cubes of one of the puzzle cubes.
Can I distinguish that particular kobold from the others, or does it look
It's the
exactly
one with
the same?
wings.
Okay.
All right. As you're looking as well, Tor kind of says, we're not the only ones watching, and points to the shrine. Standing atop the shrine appears to be a robed figure with horns growing out of the top of her head. It appears to be a female, looking down at the situation, watching just as you are as well.
She's alive.
Do we sense that she sees us?
Doesn't seem that she's looking at you.
Okay.
Okay. Back inside, having a little bit of excitement there. You get the cat away from the zebra and are trying to keep quiet. Does anybody want to go out and check to see what is going on outside, or is the goal to stay inside?
Do we have eyes on the rest of the party, the away team?
You do not from inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sneak out.
Okay.
I'll stay close to the ground and get to the shrine wall, the courtyard, whatever it is.
All right. As you're stepping out, you'll note that Megan and Eric have kind of taken a position, kind of standing between the zebra and everyone else. The two dwarfs are kind of positioned off on another end, and it looks like Hackenstone's kind of keeping himself in between the two as well, the lion and the zebra. Yeah, you step outside, and just down the street a bit, you can see that the kobold horde. You're basically looking at the back end of the kobold horde from your position. You feel like if you walk out of the gates and head over in that direction, you would be able to sneak up on them from behind if you're stealthy enough.
I don't intend to do anything that drastic. If you said it was a dozen or more?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I just want to see what I can see and not get eaten.
Okay. If you continue,
So if that's all I've got.
if you continue to watch, you'll note that they seem to be dragging each of the bundles up and offering them to the massive Tyrannosaurus Rex. And do you speak Draconic or no?
I do not.
Okay. So you hear a lot of dragon yelling.
Mm-hmm. So the King of Feathers, he's just sort of patiently waiting, eating these things one by one as they lay them out.
That's right.
The Dionychus, what are they up to? Are they just sort of
They seem to
waiting?
be kind of like lurking around the sides of the King of Feathers, waiting for scraps or bits to kind of fall away. As they offer up one of the Yuan Ti, you can see that the King of Feathers kind of bites the serpent end off, and the humanoid end kind of falls to the ground, and the Dionychus just very quickly rush in to bite it, rip it apart as it hits the ground. Make a stealth check.
You got it.
With advantage, you're a good distance away.
14.
Okay.
Oh, good save.
Yeah, you seem to be unseen, well enough hidden. Okay. Those up on top, anything that you want to do? Any activities you want to engage in?
I'm just going to try to see if I can continue tracking the one with the wings that has a puzzle cube, but I'm staying down.
Okay. Alright.
Same damage.
Anybody inside doing anything different? Okay.
Oh.
After feeding a bunch
Trying to
of
calm the lion,
these creatures over to the King of Feathers, the kobolds start to bow and kind of pray to the King of Feathers, who disinterestedly kind of turns around. The Dionychus just kind of move back up onto the main street and kind of rush off, just bolting away. And the King of Feathers slowly lumbers over the steps up onto the high street and then onto the other side. Even though the 30-foot wall is between you and it, you can still see where its head is, kind of just going across the way there. And the kobolds continue to pray and kind of prostrate themselves in this way. Just as it seems that they're about to get up and start moving around, the tiefling on the other end seems to move her hands in a strange gesture, point straight down at the group of kobolds, and you see a mote of red energy extend from her finger, go straight down into the ground where the kobolds are at, and detonate. Let's see. All right.
Can we get that overhead view now? Is that
Yeah.
possible? Thank you.
Okay. The fireball detonates. Looks like every single one of the kobolds is blasted out. The leader included. Actually, hold on. The sorcerer included. And all of their forms just kind of drop to the ground like smoldering in ash. You then watch as from across the street, the tiefling kind of descends down, and you can see this as well, Clyde. Basically, and then whoosh, and she just lands amongst them and kind of starts moving towards the kobold sorcerer. We'll go ahead and say people up on this top would see it happening first. What would you like to do in response to that?
So the kobold sorcerer was the one with the wings and the puzzle.
Yep, and it looks like the tiefling just blew up the entire throng of like 14 kobolds with a single fireball, and then flew down to land on top of the kobold sorcerer's body.
I would look over at Rusk and I would go, stay down. We can't face her by ourselves.
Okay. And then as she comes down, you see the detonation, Zach, and then you watch as V kind of flies down from the ceiling of the roof, or the ceiling of the building you're in, and drops down and lands in the group of dead kobolds. Starts to go through the kobolds' pack.
I'm gonna stay hidden. But I'm gonna cast message in her direction. Put the copper wire in my mouth.
Okay.
You're alive.
So are you. Come out here. Where are you at? And she seems to be just kind of standing erect now, kind of looking around.
Building to the north.
Well,
Yeah.
come over. I need someone to watch my back as I deal with this matter. She starts going through the burned satchel of the kobold. And
All right, I'll come over.
You can see that she's pulling
This
out
seems ominous.
It
Not-
does, but I'm a team player.
not one,
What's happening?
not one, not two, but 3 cubes from the kobold sorcerer's body.
Sure is good to see you again.
Likewise.
We all thought you were dead.
Did you bring Eric along with you? This could be very beneficial.
Yeah, we got a pickle in the shrine up there. Come this way.
I went to the Unk's shrine and was able to deal with the strange creatures therein, and then I traveled a little further on to realize that the kobolds up in the bazaar had been fighting with the serpent folk, quite successfully, to be sure. Apparently they feel emboldened and empowered, and I suppose that means I have 4 of these now. She drops them into her own bag, walking with you towards the shrine.
Well, that's good. Do I get the sense that she's like settled down since her little?
She seems calm and she seems confident.
Okay. I'll take it.
When she left the day before last, she seemed really on edge. Like she didn't want to be kind of like isolated in one place. You feel like her being alone has been freeing for her.
Okay. Anyway, good to see you again. Come on in here. We got an issue with Shago. It's been a long day.
Oh, okay. She starts to head on in with you. You can see Eric and Megan kind of noticeably kind of smile but look kind of concerned. Elliot, you watch as a tiefling woman enters in with Clyde.
Okay.
Everybody, this is V. There's too many people here to introduce you to.
It is really tight in here. The threats are gone outside. You don't have to stay in here. She looks to the lion, and then she looks to the zebra. Where's Shago?
I just kind of gesture
Oh.
at the zebra.
Well, hold on a second. She spent some time kind of analyzing him and seeing how sad he is. Huh. I think I have a plan. She grabs a hold of, the side of the zebra's hair and kind of gently kind of starts moving the zebra across the room. You're pretty keen-eyed, Clyde. You notice that she's pulling a dagger from her belt as she's doing so, and she seems to be walking the zebra right over to the lion. And then she reaches out with the dagger and slits the zebra's throat right in front of the lion's gaping mouth and just backs away. What do you do in response, Steve?
Feast on this delicious flesh.
All right.
I already like this tiefling.
As
She's
you're kind
my
of
friend.
watching the
What a
situation,
cool demon.
While you're all kind of watching this horrific situation unfold, the lion bites into the neck, starts scratching into the zebra, and you watch as the zebra's body starts to kind of tear away, but then you start to watch the main portion of it start to wither and shrink down to become a Chago, wearing loose garments that have been torn apart because of a horse body or a zebra body, kind of filling them out. As that's done, and the lion's now kind of like confused looking at it, she raises her hand and she casts a spell directly into the lion's face. Hold on.
So confusing.
I'm just a whirlwind of emotions right now.
I'm really bummed out.
I smelled a fiend, and I was actually kind of happy about it. And then she brought me food, so I was extra happy about it. And now she's gonna hurt me, and it's just a whirlwind of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's more like falling down the stairs of emotions.
Would you say because of your happiness and eating state, you were probably caught off guard?
Oh, I instantly trusted her. I'm definitely
Okay.
caught off guard.
All right. Bear with me here. So you watch as 3 large rays of fire kind of erupt from her hand, slam into the lion.
Oh, it's a good spell. I use it too.
Did you just come in here and start killing everybody?
It does appear that way, but as you're kind of starting to get mad and seeing what's happening, you're watching the zebra turn into Shago. So you're kind of confused by that, and then you hear the detonation of the scorching ray from the other side of the room.
Is Shago dead or dying?
He appears to be completely alive, just slightly unconscious.
Nice.
All right. Well,
This
since
is for the
To die.
best.
since for some reason I apparently don't have a macro for this, I'm just going to roll Firebolt 3 times. What's a lot?
Are you just trying to do enough damage to
Yeah.
do what you did to Shog, or are you actually risking killing me?
I'm trying to knock you out of your lion state. But
Hard reset.
I think all those hit.
Lion's AC, yeah, is pretty low. It's only 12.
So,
Ouch.
26 hit points. So you'll be down 11 when you come to your regular state.
Am I conscious though? If I'm only
Yeah.
down 11?
Yeah, if you aren't, knocked completely out. Shago's just a bit tired. He's been
Am I nude?
You're wearing your clothes because you were wearing your clothes before. They're just slightly torn out
Okay.
because you were in a lion mode.
I just kind of
Like the whole.
say I cough and I'm just like, ugh, it's like a little wipe the blood. I'm just like, I guess that's one way to break a polymorph.
So that's what this temple did to you then? She says. She walks away from Morsel back over to her group. Do you still have yours? And Eric nods. Clyde, give her what she wants.
Well, we've been sharing.
She turns and looks at everyone. I need all of your cubes now.
I take the one I had out and then I grab the 2 others from my bag and I say, how many do you have?
Set them onto the ground, please.
How many do you have? And I put all 3 back in my bag.
She starts shaking her head. Do you know what they're for?
I can figure it out.
Do you know what they're for? I don't want them for some sort of power or anything. They're a key. And we're not too far away from the door that they are key to. I need to know if you have true ones or false ones. So please, put your cubes on the ground and stop wasting my time. I've seen
Okay.
very many horrible things in this city. The longer you wait, the more likely those things are to happen.
I gotta rub my chin. I look to Elliot.
I'm just gonna like nod, like it's okay. Like, clearly, she knows a little bit more about the magics of this place than we do.
I nod. Very well. I give her the 3 we have.
She doesn't ask for them. She says you set them down on the ground, and as you set yours down, she starts shifting them around and moving them into specific positions, smiling. She pulls out 4 of her own and sets them down on the ground, looks to the others. I don't suppose you have 2 more, do you?
Oh yeah. Clyde reaches into his bag and pulls the.
Perfect. Perfect.
What was
fortunate
Clyde?
that we-
Squirrel?
Yeah.
Squirrel thing?
She sets all 9 of them into a specific grid, and she grins. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. If you want to hold on to yours, that's fine, or I can hold on to them all. It's entirely up to you. Clyde, I'll keep a hold of these, if that's all right, Eric. Eric nods his head. Of course, lady. She tosses her 7 into the bag. Or her 6.
So, what do they do exactly?
They open a door.
Do we know where the door is?
Yeah,
Is it a good door?
just north of here. If you want, we can sleep here. It seems like a safe enough place until you're well rested. I wouldn't mind recharging a bit of my arcane abilities. It is a bad door, a very bad door. It is known as the Temple of the 9 Gods. When this place was destroyed by a powerful wizard named Asasarak, they sealed him, or he sealed himself, along with the 9 trickster gods into this temple. It's just north of here, near the facing of the northernmost cliff. The reason why I was concerned is because the Red Wizards had been so brutally slaughtered, and I knew for a fact that Rosnisi and the fangs of Rosnisi had taken cubes that they had probably found deep within their own base of operations, their lair. And the madness, knowing that if you and the others, looking to Eric and Megan, had gone into that place, you would surely be killed. They are a poisonous lot, and there would be no means for success. Fortunately for us, the kobolds have been waging quite a fight with the fangs of Rosnisi, and had done a bit of their own subterfuge and espionage, and got in and got those who were responsible for taking the cubes from a group of adventurers that I was in contact with, unbeknownst to you. I've been intent on making this happen for some time. Not just for your sister, Eric. My methods and my reasons are my own. And they stand in stark contrast to the goals and aims of the Red Wizards of Thay. I was not concerned about their deaths. I was just worried that if someone could defeat them so easily, so whole cloth, they must be a strong enemy indeed. I apologize for my madness.
That's okay. We all have bad days sometimes. Start writing on walls,
It was a way for me to...
you bounce back.
It was a way for me to express my emotions and my thoughts. And it helped. I was very fortunate in getting close to the Forbidden City, the center portion of the city, and that's where one of the shrines was. The one I investigated had ghasts in it. Undead aren't exactly hard to deal with if you know how. But anyways, it's amazing that you've survived, and you found quite a lot of individuals to assist you here.
Whatever's on the other side of that door. You think how many is there now? Like 10? The 10 of us can handle it?
I'd hope so. I say this, though. Looking around, 10. So, seems to be missing 3.
I'll explain.
John, speaking of that, is the Tyrannosaurus still there on the left to us? Or?
No, it wandered
He
away.
gone.
So if it wandered away, I would motion for the others to sort of head towards the temple.
Okay. One by one, Tor sends everybody down from the 50-foot height with the broom, and then gets on it and descends himself. Oddly,
That's what Tor would do.
yeah, Jeremy is the same.
He's just a valet, really.
Yeah, he's the broomman. And so then 3 people enter just on cue as we're talking about them. Wow, perfect narrative. 3 more.
I'm still hurting and tired.
Well, then get to it. Get to sleep. If you are setting up a defensive position inside of the shrine, this was the second watch, and the third watch roll was clear. So we're going to go ahead and just move to a morning state. Yeah, the sun shines over Omu once again. You awaken from your position, and V starts to lead you towards the Temple of the Nine Gods. It's directly north. It's that building that's just kind of inconspicuously north of you. And upon arriving there, you can see that it's basically a temple that kind of enters into a long, wide hall filled with moss, filled with ferns, filled with all types of just growing plants, flora, and whatnot in the inside. It's been taken over by the jungle. But it leads all the way back to a wall, and the back wall has a total of 9 perfect cube holes set in it.
Oh. I guess we would look to the tiefling because she has all the 9 cubes. Yeah.
She took 6, and the other 3 went back to Steve. She didn't steal his cubes.
Yeah, he's ready for them, then let's see it.
Okay.
So is there an order for these?
Oh, I wanted to. Was Eric's leg is still broken, right?
Yes. Quite a bit wounded.
Sorry. Over the night, I was actually going to talk to Kevin's character, and just hearing everything that V said about that this is probably shit's gonna get real. I was gonna talk to Kevin and be like, hey, maybe you should prepare lesser restorations. We can actually make this guy useful.
Well, if you're wanting to go for a efficiency mode, and again, I'm not trying to play to your better angels here, but if he were to use the lesser restoration before he finishes his long rest, he won't have a spell slot down the next day.
It's still his own discretion. It's gone to a point where I've stopped.
Don't worry about it. I don't even have that spell.
Yeah, you're a cleric.
That's not very lightning-y.
Well, no, you're a cleric. You can pray for any spells you want. You don't have to.
No, lightning, no.
All right.
All right, I'm just.
Just a
I
dick
respect
through
it.
and through. Huh?
You see this wooden leg I have, brother? This thing works great.
Oh, they weren't talking about.
One of these.
Honestly, we never replaced your leg with anything.
No, they weren't talking about restoring yours. The old guy Eric, he also has a bum leg. He broke it when he was fighting a froghemoth. So yeah, it's you and another guy who are just kind of just slowing the whole group down with your. You've got a peg
I
leg.
can definitely replace his leg.
That doesn't stop your character from jumping in first every time, though.
That's
I have an
100%
axe.
true.
We could put a wooden leg on there. He'll be just as fast.
So that said, no restorations are done. You get to the. Bear with me here. I'm trying to make sure I give you handouts. Trying. You get to the back of the passageway there, and you can see that it ends in a kind of long hall with a massive stone door with 9 slots in it. It would appear that there needs to be a slot added to each, or a stone added to each. And you are aware of what Il'jin, Moa, Shagambi, and Nang Nang no, not Nang Nang, sorry, Kubazon, were about, kind of like how they operated.
And the monkey, right?
Yeah, also Wongo. Yeah, Wongo was kind of a trickster type. Moa was honest and kind of
Wongo and Moa were opposites.
correct.
Okay.
So your presumption is that those need to be on opposite sides from one another. You'd assume. 1 second here.
So this is a grid of 9 squares.
Yeah, bear with me here. Should be on it now.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, pretty.
Puzzle.
Oh.
Oh, jeez. Brain's too small for this.
Clyde's got this.
Can you move
My
this?
banjo.
Can you move the
Got
puzzle
your
box? Or no?
No, we can't move them. No.
Okay, hold
Or
on.
at least I can't.
And there was no like writing or runes anywhere around this thing though. It's just we have to kind of figure it out with what we know about the gods.
Yeah, and so there will be some discussions here, and obviously some people have information on them other than what you have available to you, because they were there when the puzzle cubes were recovered. So that said, let's see here. According to what you know, Mo was honest. Let's see. Wongo is a jerk. But you know those two were opposed from one another. So
Yeah, do we remember enough of the stories? Like, more than one were a pair of oppositions, right?
yeah, let me remind you of what you know.
Please.
Okay. So regarding the Sioux monster, Wongo, at some important night, Sioux monster broke into Utao's palace and stole a pail of water for the Amoans. When the god came running to find it, the Sioux monster hid the pail in a Jakuli's burrow. Utao asked the jungle animals where his water was hidden, and Moa, the Jakuli, was too honest to lie. When Wongo, the Sioux monster, found out how Moa had betrayed him, he vowed to catch the Jakuli and eat him up. And then what you would know from the Froghemoth one, when evening came, a wily Eblis, which is a kind of a crane, like a massive kind of bird, while wily Eblis stepped from his reed hut. He didn't like the Amuans, but without them he'd have no one to play his tricks on. The Eblis sent a marsh frog to reason with Utao, but the frog was angry and decided to wrestle the god instead. This amused Utao, so he gave the frog tentacles to make it stronger. When Kubazon, the Froghemoth, returned to Papazotl the Eblis, he chased Papazotl into the swamp with his new tentacles. So Papazotl is the crane up in the top right there of the cubes, and then Kubazon is opposed to him, and he is on the left side. There. And I'm trying to give you control of these bad boys at the same time.
Fair.
Massive DM moves. Let's see. You would know that. Which one's the Kamadan?
Which one was the...
Yeah, the snake lion, or snake leopard. At noon, a brave Kamadan hopped down from her rock, saw the evil in the Amuans' hearts, and decided to lance it out like a troublesome boil. The Kamadan fashioned a holy spear, but she left it by the riverbank, and the crafty Grung stole it. In her rage, Shagambi, the Kamadan, forgot all about the Amuans and chased Nang Nang, the Grung, forever across the sky.
So
Which
this-
one was?
Got it.
That's the line, right?
That was the one Shigambi, right there at the bottom left,
Mm-hmm.
that he just mentioned. Which one was Wongo? Is it top middle or bottom middle?
Monkey.
Monkey.
Okay. Well, they both look monkeyish.
And this is the
I guess
Grung,
that was more
so-
like a bear.
That's
Why did I
Yeah.
talk to Triangle?
Nang Nang. That's Nang Nang.
Oh,
Yeah,
and regarding
this is-
the Almirage, which is the bunny, one morning a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Amuans. To convince Ubtao of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made from all their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked a wily Almirage to help her. The Almirage snuck recklessness into the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Ubtao spat out the stew when he tasted it. From that day on, Obulaka, the Zorbo, and Iljin, the Almirage, became terrible enemies. But again, you don't know much regarding Obulaka, because I don't think you actually were responsible for the acquisition of their,
So we don't know which one it looks like.
or what a Zorbo is.
Did one of our Clyde's friends,
So,
or was it one of the Fit Rocks that the kobolds had got before V had got?
so V had only done one other shrine besides the ones that we have discussed. And she did Unk's shrine. And what she tells you that she learned about Unk, all the while Unk the flail snail, that's right, flail snail, lived deep under the earth. The noise of the other animals fighting made her slither up to the surface, and when day dawned over her shell, the light blinded Ubtao and made his eyes water. Life returned to Omu, and the people built shrines to honor the animals who saved them.
Okay, so Snail is the one without an enemy. Then she just seems like neutral.
Got it.
You can move the top 4, right?
Yes.
Okay, discuss amongst yourselves while I do the admin.
I marked them in pairs to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I've been writing it down.
Oh, okay, that's
Is the
probably
goal
better.
to put them in such a position where they're not near their enemies?
Yeah, I think they're supposed to be across from each other, like they're opposed. Because I have Moa and Mongo, so snake and monkey,
Monkey.
frog versus crane, lion
Right.
versus grung, and bear thing versus rabbit, and then the snail.
Yeah, you should be able to move them at this point now.
Who's gonna move them?
I vote snail in the middle because it didn't have an enemy. Okay, so I did it. Good.
Okay. You slide it in and it slots into place.
Or I don't want to make you like read them all again, but did each of those stories between the two animals did they take place at different times of day, or did they?
Yeah.
Shit.
Morning was Zorbo and Almirage, noon was Kamadan and Grung, and evening was Eblis and Froghuman. And then in night, the Sioux Monster and Chakuli.
What makes the most sense for daytime? Would it be left to right, or are they right backwards, right to left, or top to bottom?
Well, if they're paired as enemies, so you would want them opposite, right?
Right, but we needed to know like which one. Like, is this? Would the top be morning and the bottom night, or other way around, or?
John, is there east to west? What do we know about east, north, south, east, and west here?
You are looking at it as if that is on the north wall of the shrine. It is literally against the wall of the cliff of the outer ring of Momo.
Got it.
Does the sun set in the west here, like on our world?
Yeah, it's Farron.
Oh, that's right. This is just way like on an island, way down in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Well, I wonder if you get it wrong, like you could try again. Probably you could move around until you get.
There's definitely going to be some sort of punishment, but yeah, we could just like if you guys have hypotheses or hypotheses that you want to try, just go for it. Like, what's the worst that can happen?
Can someone say the morning, noon, night thing again? I didn't catch that all. No.
I don't remember it.
So
John, you one more time.
Illusion and Moa are night.
Wait. So
Okay, Moa Knight.
Ilgen,
Moa
who
and
is
Mon- you mean
which one
Moa
is-
and Mongo?
Ilgen was the rabbit, right? No,
No,
Oh,
sorry.
the rabbit.
Wango and Moa are night. Apologies.
Wango,
So
Moa,
that's
and
the
Knight. They were a
serpent
pair.
and the monkey are night. Okay.
Yes.
What else?
Dead Morning is Obolaka and Ilgen.
So which
That's the bear and the rabbit.
animals? That's dead morning means what? Early morning?
Yeah. At noon.
Damn it.
Shagambi and Nang Nang.
Okay, so that is the snake, leopard, and the grung.
And in
John.
evening time, the Eblis and the Froghemoth. Which is Papazotl is the Froghemoth and
So the
Papazotl is Eblis.
crane,
And
the crane, and the frog hemoth.
yeah, and Kubazon. That's right.
So that's the.
What's up, Zach?
I accidentally
Late night?
deleted your rabbit.
Did you say late night?
Hold on a second.
It's morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Those are your
Oh, yeah.
four.
Oh,
only
okay.
have
So
8 now,
so
so
afternoon
we
is
can't
the
finish.
crane.
Afternoon is the lion. Morning is the bear and the rabbit. Afternoon is the lion and the grung. Evening is the frog and the crane. Nighttime is the snake.
Clyde just swallows a entire cube whole for no reason, and you can't solve the puzzle. You all die. That was good.
Yeah, might be.
Nice playing with you guys.
I was trying to sort them, and I had them marked, and I was trying to delete the marks.
What happened?
I.
You just try control Z.
I was helping.
Be able to control Z it back.
Oh, I can't. He's the one who deleted it.
No, he has.
Oh. No, I cannot.
Well, guess we'll go home.
Which one did you delete?
New campaign.
rabbit.
Here we go.
Ilgen, I think.
Right.
The one that Clyde actually recovered.
Oh, there it is.
Well-
Oh.
There's 4 times a day, but there's only 3 rows, so I don't think it might not be
Yeah, that might not.
It might not be relevant.
3 rows.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3 rows and 3 columns.
You don't see the 4th row?
What? No.
Eh.
You're messing with us now. There's not enough.
It's a 9 square
Tiles.
grid.
Yeah.
Which means that you have 1 placed already, and that leaves how many?
8.
8.
8 doesn't divide by 3.
Never mind.
How are there only 3 rows if there's 2 pairs that are
There-
ready to slot in?
The confusion was how
let me-
do the 4 times of day divide into
Oh,
three
I get it. I
columns?
see it. It's the middle.
What if it's like a clock?
Yeah, big brain, or I guess tiny brain. We didn't see it.
What if it's like a clock? That's a really good thought.
Ooh, yes, that is a very good thought.
But how would that work?
Barbarian, helpful.
So he knows time of day. 8 o'clock, time to smash. 9 o'clock, time to smash.
Right. 10 o'clock.
What do you do at
come home
6?
to life and time to smash.
Oh boy, 3 a.m. Time to smash.
So put the monkey up here because he's at night and he's back, and then just put the rest of them all the way around.
Oh,
right?
sorry. I'm gonna stop touching these.
That's all right.
I'm just
Just
gonna
don't delete
sit.
them.
I'm gonna sit here.
But would that be 12 a.m. or 12 p.m.? I don't know what kind of.
That's a very good question. Let's start out with PM, and then just work our way around, and then if it doesn't make sense, we move it back or something. Move everything back around.
Wait, is 12 p.m. noon?
If once you put him here,
Yes.
then automatically this person goes. Maybe it would make more sense actually to put him over here because then his opposite would be like closer to early morning. Right? Does that make sense? Because his opposite is what this thing.
The snake.
Oh,
the
that's
snake.
interesting.
You see what I mean? And then you just keep going around. We'll try to figure out.
All right.
I like it.
Or what if we did this? What if we said this thing was first thing morning would make this thing opposite him right there? But then I don't know. I like it better the way it was actually. It makes more sense. Let's do that. Let me move it back there. All right.
So I'm just going to say again, I don't know if the goal is to make the ones that are opposed right next to each other, right? I mean, there's
Right.
got to be a neutral one for a reason, and I think that, like what Kevin is saying, makes sense. Just having the neutral one in the middle and the other opposing ones having the neutral one in between.
Yeah, I think that's what we're deciding on.
Cool.
All right. I don't want to, as an NPC, I don't want to solve your guys' thing for you. So
Solve it.
No, please, for the love of God.
We don't do
Help us, dude.
puzzles.
Neither do I, really. But Andy's good at them. You can do it, Andy.
I think we're on the same track.
All right.
All right. Who is dead of morning?
Which-
Bear and the rabbit.
Bear and the bunny. Yeah.
All right. Let's put the bear up top. I scroll because I don't have it zoomed out. Clyde will take risks.
And then he mentioned the bunny first. Do you want to switch those, or does he don't think it matters?
Oh, that probably
Awesome.
does matter.
Let's do it.
Actually,
I'm into
makes
it.
sense.
Okay.
And then it was.
And he also mentioned the serpent before the monkey. Moa and then Wango.
Yeah, but serpent then would go where it is because in the clock that comes first, and then the
Okay.
monkey comes last on the clock. I don't know. I'm just thinking what the where the arm swings. But then who comes next after the bunny? Who goes in this spot?
So noon is the snake, leopard, and the grung.
All right. Any deliberation on which is which?
He mentioned the snake, leopard first. I don't know.
That's in line with how we've been handling it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Would we switch them then if we mentioned one first? Because that's the snake
No,
leopard, right? And that's a grung.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah.
Like switch them on the clock, right?
Got it.
Now, it makes it easy. There last only 2 left.
So he mentioned
And it
crane
was the
first, and then
bird
the frog
first,
hemoth. Mm-hmm. And the frog hemoth.
and then Froghemoth. And Clyde's arms both burst into flame.
Roll saving throw.
Locusts fly out of my tear ducts.
Damn.
I'm just, curses, man.
Everybody gets a dex saving throw.
To avoid the locusts, I cry out. What do you think, Judd?
Okay, let me take a look. All right. And
I'm gonna volunteer Clyde as the one that was moving these since I'm the one that swallowed one.
Sure. All right. Nang Nang versus Shagambi.
Nang Nang.
And
Nang Nang's a good name.
the bird versus the froghemoth. Yeah, looks accurate. Okay, so
We did it right.
yeah,
Did we
First
do
try.
first try?
You guys immediately level up.
It took
You
us.
guys
It
have
took
big
me
brains.
swallowing one and then the NPC taking over.
I like how it was Hugh Hackenstone, Rusk, and Clyde who are like, big brain time, boys.
bear with me
It
here.
could use some mustard.
Okay, so as you kind of came through the foliage and kind of moved up to this passageway, you hear kind of like a cracking noise kind of suddenly kind of splinter from behind you. A lot of the area that you're in is unworked. It is very natural, and you kind of walked into this hallway to the door. Bear with me here. You entered into this place. As it showed the door, around the outside of the door are kind of stone skulls, grinning set in their place, and the 9 cavities set in the center there. You placed each of them into the door slots. It wasn't placed incorrectly, so that's good. Nobody placed anything incorrectly while I wasn't paying attention, right?
Oh, yeah, we nailed it.
The only mishap was Clyde eating the rabbit. You had to wait for it to pass it.
The 9
He's like
cubes
a thoughtful chewer.
flare with light, a very similar light to what you saw when you either took one away and it disappeared, or when you had one appear from the Sioux monster statue. And then a growling like an angry beast kind of sounds out around you as the slab begins to slide upwards into the ceiling. As it does, it reveals to the other side a hallway. A hallway that leads about 20 feet straight in, and bear with me here. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't get a map slotted here. A hallway about 20 feet deep. Another slab blocks the hallway 20 feet beyond the first door. An iron lever is set into the door's surface with a graven stone skull leering down from above. And let me get you guys on here.
Oh, Kevin Gibson, you didn't know this, but you has been serving as our rogue, checking for traps along the way.
It's not accurate.
He had all of his limbs and both his eyes when it first started too, right?
Oh yeah, this campaign has aged this man like 40 years. We have worn Hugh out.
He was missing an arm, wasn't he?
He was.
missing a hand.
He was.
And his eye was already cut out too.
He was. We got him used.
He only lost a leg with us.
It's like a cavalier, you know. You're gonna get that thing as a piece of shit, but when you're done with it, it's gone.
Oh man,
Sorry.
I'm just hoping there's not like some big frog hemoth on the
Oh.
other side and just grabs us and eats us.
And yeah, me retconning my stupidity, kind of a breaking in the stone behind you. It seems to open up to what you thought was a temple, you now realize is basically just a facade that is set against the back cliff wall of Omen. There appears to be a tent not too far from where you're located, just kind of sitting there idly. A couple of other passageways that appear to lead into the cliff face.
You said a tent, like a camping site.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just trying to get everybody on the board here. Hold on. And that should be good. There we go. Should be at the bottom.
Wow, there are 10 of us. I was guessing. Oh, there's 11.
Let me fix lines of sight. These two doors are gone. Okay. Go nuts. What would you like to do? Like I said, there's about 20 feet, and then there's another slab just beyond the lever inside of Skullhead. And then to the right, there appears to be a tent, just kind of sitting there idly. Another door that looks like it's, or another passageway, another two passageways that enter into the cave face, or the cliff face.
Oh, this is the tent over here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I apologize for the wonkiness of that. The puzzle was supposed to be first thing, but it's supposed to happen after choices here. It's just the way that they intro and show you the picture and then don't link you to what you need to go to next. Roll20's connection of the was kind of wonky. That's my fault. I should have prepared ahead.
No harm.
No problem. How about Hugh would want to check out what's in that tent.
Okay.
Go check out what's in that tent. So
Yeah.
walk over to the tent. Check it out.
So when you walk over to the tent, you see that. Sorry, it's not a tent. It looks like a tent. It's an obelisk. It's 15 foot tall. Wow. Okay, come on now.
It's not a tent at all. It's a dragon.
Different.
The thing is wonkily drawn, but it's a 15-foot tall obelisk, changing everything about what you're thinking about. Of cracked stone, it's draped with vines and black moss. Behind it, you can see the passageway that leads to another way in, you presume. Behind it, already said that. A second, smaller tunnel burrows into the base of the cliff off to the east.
Oh, man.
Hey, brothers, there's some passageways.
It does look like there's writing on the obelisk.
Oh, is it anything I can understand? Common?
It's Omuin.
Can Shago read it, or do I need to spend 10 minutes?
I'm trying, but my stuff's lagging, and yeah. The obelisk is actually written in common.
Huh.
The
How oddly convenient.
The message reads, "Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle, and the seas dry up, and the dead rise, and I, Asarak, the Eternal, reap the world of the living. Those who dare enter, take heed. The enemies oppose, one stands between them. In darkness it hides, don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only."
Oh, so
No
there's
big
nothing to
deal.
worry about. Yeah, right, Kevin. Nothing to worry about here.
Nothing
Doesn't
about
sound ominous at all.
Nope.
Asarak was the wizard who
Asarak.
sealed himself in here? Asarak?
He blew up the city, according to V.
Well, fuck that guy.
I recognize the name at all from being a member of the host tower.
Yeah, a very old ancient mage. Yeah. He
I
was
rubbed my
said-
hands together.
He was said to have left
probably got lots of-
a long time ago.
Lots of magic baubles and stuff in here.
So the enemies oppose, one stands between them. That sounds like a reference to Unk, the flail snail, the one with no.
Oh, is this a hit to the puzzle we did?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
It's,
I don't know any other enemies.
This is written in common.
This was a trick.
Everything else has been written in Omuan. It sounds like Acerex just trying to flex on us.
Well, he's not from Omu. And I guess he didn't think... If he blew the city up, he didn't think anybody speaking Omu was going to come visit.
Maybe he's worried about people like us.
He should be worried about people like that.
Yeah.
I have a banjo.
Well, if we
I
open this
swallowed an
door
artifact.
in a puzzle, maybe we should go that way instead of these other doors that weren't opened by puzzles.
That sounds
Like an excellent plan.
smart.
I will volunteer to go first. Since I've already been dismembered.
But north
So
or
brave.
east?
I'm thinking we should go this way. Like if we open this, when we open the puzzle, it opened this north way, right? Like that way.
Is that where we came in?
No, we came from the south. This is the cliff face north of us.
Yeah, well, okay, real quick. What I did wrong is I made you do the puzzle first instead of walking you into this place because of the way that it was set up, so apologies. Yes, in our current narrative, what happened was is you came in through a temple. The temple had a wall to the right of where you're currently positioned. Everyone besides like the main bulk of the group. And that wall broke away when the cubes were put in, because that's me retconning my stupidity. You've solved the puzzle cube door inside of the left tunnel on the left side, and basically what you've realized is that the tunnel, or the back end of the temple that you went into, broke apart, and it's actually just set against the cliff face. And then you see the other parts of the cliff face.
So it would make more sense if we went into this part first.
Well,
Since we
that's the
solved
one that
puzzle.
you solve the puzzle in. There are two other parts you can check out, and then of course the obelisk, which you've read. You could check out the other two passageways.
I'll let you guys decide what you would do. Would you go for the other stuff first, or go get rid of the stuff you know from behind the puzzle and then go back to that stuff? Because I don't care either way.
I would be more focused on the puzzle.
Yeah, like
I
if
feel like
we
we already cracked open the safe and now we're like, forget about it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't been digging for new challenges.
Yeah, let's just keep on the path we've been going down.
All right, let's do that then. I don't know what marching order you guys usually use, but I'll
Okay.
go first.
Yeah.
Oh, we've never been 10 strong before.
Real quick.
11 strong.
Spare me my insanity, because the other two passageways are literally just lead up to going in the door on the left.
Oh.
That's sad too, because it looked really fun, but it's fine. I messed up. That's my fault. This is what we're doing now. You opened up the puzzle cube door. There is a 20-foot long passageway ahead of you, and another door. The door on the other side has a handle inside of a skull face.
Marzul, you know anything about skull doors?
Yeah, usually you have to pull on the handle and they open.
Do I have like a hook on one of my hands?
No.
What do I have? 'Cause
A
I did lose
stub.
a hand, right? Oh, a stub. Darn it! Did you guys at least fashion me a hook?
No. He wouldn't use it.
Doro could have.
Ah, damn it!
You bludgeon people with that stub.
Because I was gonna say I could, if I had a hook, it would be like there's no problem
Oh.
reaching through the door and opening it. You know, with
Real
my
quick,
little hook.
additional retcon. Who was the person who placed the last stone?
Of Clyde.
Cool. You have a pendant now. It appeared from the cubes. You're supposed to find it in one of the hallways back there, but again, those hallways' only purpose is to open the door, and you've already opened the door. DMs are bad. This DM is bad. If you're watching this, don't do what I did. Read
I forgive
ahead.
you.
But yeah, you have a
Oh,
pendant.
that's a cool pendant.
What's it shaped like?
It's shaped like
Like a hook for my hand.
it's shaped like a question mark because I'm an idiot. It seems
A
like
hook
it's-
is question marking.
Oh,
Oh!
Right.
throw the hook on there.
The
That's really,
keys turn on the inside only.
that's really interesting. It's too bad I didn't run it right.
I hate to say this, but he wants to open the door with his good hand. His only good hand left, which he was going to use his hook. but he doesn't have one.
So are you going over
Fantastic
to
idea.
open the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it with my good
Okay,
hand.
so
This may be the end of this guy.
my stuff is loading really bad here.
I'll check it for traps before I open it, even though like.
Does it have a question mark shape in the skull or something where you could put the pendant in?
That'd be cool.
So you're walking over to the lever, and you said you were opening it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Why
Okay.
not? This is it.
When you pull the lever, the floor falls out from beneath you along a central seam.
Bye.
Did anybody else follow him in? No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh wait,
I-
who's this?
I followed behind him.
No.
Clyde.
Oh,
You should be up 20 feet from there, Kevin.
Oh,
the
okay.
door beyond.
so I made through there. Okay.
Even still, I was close behind him.
And
No.
make a dexterity saving throw.
A dex. Okay.
Yep,
All right, guys. This is...
6.
failure.
Wait, that was Oh, that was you? Yeah, because I'd rolled one before, but I didn't.
Oh, not you.
17.
Wait, Clyde, you went with him?
Yeah, I was following behind him.
Oh, okay. So then 6 won't make it. And you wouldn't have
Right.
gotten a chance to roll it anyways. You would have just fallen.
Okay.
Hackenstone, with his one good arm, manages to flex and hold on to the lever instead of falling straight down. Clyde falls into a pit, and we're going to go ahead and kill another one of Zach's characters with a pit trap.
Oh, shit.
No!
That's
Yeah.
unfair.
Happen often?
You fall 20 feet. Go ahead and roll 2d6.
Could I milk long-limbed once more for another chance to try to grab something?
You rolled a 6.
Fine.
You weren't even supposed to get a dex saving throw, actually. So the fact that you got one.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead with your damage.
no, you go ahead and roll the 2d6.
Oh, 2d6.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna make you roll your own damage.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
7.
So you take 7 points. Oh no, this is weird. Why is it so weird? Okay, so you take 7 bludgeoning damage from the fall.
And you explode.
Then roll a d4.
Uh-oh.
No, I got it. No, don't. I got it. Let me just do it.
All right.
Okay, so that wasn't your falling damage. Don't take that damage. Reverse that. Get that off there. This is what you're actually taking.
Okay.
70.
Are we still D&Ding?
Yeah. That last one.
Oh my god. What the what?
All right.
Yeah.
So 4 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall, 19 points of piercing damage from the spikes that you fall into. Your rolls were actually D3s, not D6s, so a total of 4. And then each one of those spikes is coated with poison. If you're resistant to poison, you'll take half of the 23 points of poison damage. Otherwise, you're taking the full 23 points of poison damage.
Okay. So I take 46 points of damage.
How many hit points do you have?
Minus. I have 15.
Alright.
Because. Oh, wait. We long rested, so it's been 24 hours since the. You're
No,
ruling.
It hasn't been 24 hours, no.
Okay. I have 15 points.
Okay. Yeah, because you did that one pretty late in the day. Because you were rushing through them at the end. Okay, cool. He's 20 feet down in a bed of spikes, and you're prone in them.
Cool.
Alright.
Could I lower
I'll,
some
I'll
rope
stop
down to
being
him?
an active player and, moving my character about the map. Everyone else is clustered at a door.
They can just say,
Dicks.
no, I wasn't moving, I'm not active, and I did not fall. I would say Musharib would probably have been with you guys too, in all honesty. So someone roll a d6 or d20 for him to see if he would have caught on to the dwarf.
Oh no! You want me to do it, guys? So you're not responsible.
Yeah,
for
Kevin,
that?
go for it.
All right, I'll
You
kill
you
him.
kill him.
6. He's down there with you now.
Yep, and he would have taken about the same amount of damage, and he only has 30 hit points, so he died.
He
Oh
does
fuck.
get advantage on poison saves though if he has to roll a save,
Advantage on poison saves, but not resistance to poison damage.
but not resistance. Right, you're right.
Yeah, he died.
Oh boy, I think I just killed him. Sorry guys.
Can I lower a rope down and start pulling them up?
Yeah,
So do I need to go forward? Like, am I going to be right here then?
yeah, you'd be on the edge, so like right at the door.
Okay. So I'd want to lower a rope down and pull them up one at a time.
You know what? I totally think that Jeremy's character would have. No, I'm kidding. Kill him too.
No, this is exactly what this seems like. Me, Jeremy, and Kevin back here, smirking, ambiguously evil to ourselves, being like, yes, in chest.
I have a flying
On
broom, but
go
I'm just going
first.
to leave it.
The lever pulled. Let's see. Got it. Oh. Man, these are so freaking great. Yep.
Big brain traps.
Yeah.
Is there more stuff we missed?
Well, yeah, technically yes. Again, these are. I apologize. I 100% apologize. So yeah, you pull the lever, you fall straight down. What you didn't notice, Hackenstone, as you were walking up, and Clyde as you were falling down, is that at about the same time as you were passing the middle ground of this hallway, everyone else behind had noticed that the skull set atop it seems to have opened its mouth and revealed an hourglass, which is set, and it seems to be kind of slowly filling its bottom as well.
The skull that he reached inside of?
Yeah. And again, it finishes its process. It finishes pouring its sand, and as it does so, as it finally finishes up, you guys are pulling Clyde back up from it. The
Does he get cut in half?
the door opens.
That would be horrible.
See, dang it, that would have been. Well, to be fair, I mentioned the thing, and immediately upon seeing it, like, there was a bit of me figuring out what the other part was, so the time condition would have worked. Fortunately, Kevin was here to just rush in there. That said, I'm going to go ahead and try better, because I'm doing terrible at this. The door opens, and you're able to kind of muster your way to the next part. But before we get to the next part, I'm going to go ahead and read the full thing.
Read the entire chapter,
That's
and
it.
then we play.
Well, I've read this before, but it doesn't read the same after a month. I remember it differently than it's happening. So on the opposite side, you see a moss-covered corridor that extends beyond the second door. Tree roots hang from sagging ceiling, and the air reeks of rotten damp. Ahead, a bas-relief carving of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at a T-shaped intersection. The devil's open mouth is a well of utter darkness.
Doesn't look any better up here. I yelled to those guys.
According to my research here, it says that if you shove your head in that mouth, only good things could happen.
If you shove your head in that mouth, I bet you're right,
My head's too big.
brother. I gotta change my voice. Oh boy. Yeah, this is not good. It's lots of trap. So,
Okay.
if I'm not, or am I correct in saying that other dwarf you just left in the bottom of the pit because he was dead, right?
I'm assuming they pulled him out and probably took him to the back and chucked him on the ground and took his stuff.
But he has 2 good arms, right? I mean, could you guys, like, do you have the technology to fuse a good arm onto my bad arm?
The technology.
We cannot use all.
Do we have the magic?
We cannot use dead
You guys
dwarves
have
to
that
make the
magic.
dwarves we have all, unfortunately.
Ooh, actually, I do want to get his body out of there, if you don't mind. And while you guys let's go there, I'm actually do some stuff while you guys go in there.
What are you gonna do? Wait, what are you gonna do?
I'm bloodletting him, and I'm filling up a couple vials of humanoid blood.
Which I hadn't asked.
Don't. It's for reagents. It's for things. I might need to use my most powerful spells.
I know exactly what it's for. But that said, from this point moving forward, I would like for everyone to, when you're moving, I need to see directionality. I need to know how you're moving because, as you've noticed, the temple's positioning is very specific. If you enter certain squares, like when you pass the halfway point of that last one, I should have actually said certain things, but it didn't happen that way because the way we were moving. So I apologize. It is mostly my fault, 100%. But that said, just moving forward, if you're moving, move one by one.
All right. Does the room reset? Is a floor all
Yeah,
set
yeah.
then? All right. Well, I'm gonna hop to over here then, because the door opened, and then I'm waiting for you guys to show up. All right. You guys want to like all hurry up and get in here then? I'll move forward. I'm hoping I don't hit another trap, but move forward just a little bit. Just let you guys get in here.
Okay. So as you move into the chamber, sorry, Hackenstone, you move straight through, right?
Yeah, just up a couple, like what is that, 10 feet? Yeah, 10 feet.
And Clyde, you're following right behind him as it was happening.
Sure, yeah.
Bear with me here.
Eric with a K is followed behind.
Yeah, he's got a broke leg. As you're moving up, you hear a loud noise as Hackenstone steps on a pressure plate.
Oh shit.
Darts fire from both sides of that first passageway, and of course, since you were right behind him, you'll be taking the last burst of them as well. Tor was leading in the front, so he too, basically because you're walking through and it's happening as you're stepping through, the first 4 of you are being buffeted by darts.
Okay.
So, do we have a means to be looking for these?
Yeah, someone sort of said they're looking for traps. That didn't
A
happen,
rogue.
did it?
Like a rogue who
Okay.
is now dead.
I'll
Shadow
look
died, Kevin.
from now on, but it's like not gonna do it. I was thinking one thing as we all were piling in here. I'm thinking to myself, man, we're all getting here together for a huge trap. This is gonna be great. So is it a dex roll?
1 second.
Is this NPC on your side, John?
And no, it's not natural.
I'm just.
Yeah. He's paying me to set
Right.
off all the traps.
Tired of this game. Kill them all.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'm almost certainly dead.
If you've ever played Skyrim, basically you know how the poison dart traps go. They use like noises.
I have a shield up.
Yeah, you'll have +2 AC. This is an attack against you, so I mean that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So first 2 were. So this will go against just going left to right and then down. So Hackenstone. The attacks have advantage. So 24, you'll take 4 piercing points of damage and 13 poison.
All right, that sounds lovely.
21 versus
That's great.
4.
Yes.
If Tor wants to use his reaction to cast shield to block it, he can.
Sure.
Okay. Just note that 1 spell slot's been used on your spell sheet list. It should be 1 level 1 spell, so just change it from whatever it is to -1. and so he blocks it with magic. Then against Chorus, I keep lagging. I'm sorry. 18. Does it 18 hit?
Miss.
Okay.
Oh, I have resistance to poison,
Oh,
so I'm only going to take 6.
Yep. And then Clyde. 25 probably hits. 1 point of piercing
Yes.
damage and 12 points of poison.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, Clyde's gonna heal himself.
Chorus would ask the rest of the group, is there anyone here good at investigating? Because I'm not. That person should go in front. Well, I wish we had a rogue. That would be really helpful.
I volunteer if nobody else is going to go.
Clyde, Chorus, Tor, and Hackenstone, you can make perception checks or wisdom checks if you don't have perception trained.
Okay.
To look around the hallway now that you're in it.
I'll do a wisdom.
16.
Pretty good.
Oh, I thought I clicked it. Not so good. 7.
Okay.
Looks good to me.
Stompwell and Chorus, you're kind of looking at where the darts fired out of, and you see what appear to be like metal kind of pipes kind of set inside of the stone, but they are kind of like blending in with the moss that's kind of growing on the walls. And you can also tell that Chorus is now standing on the pressure plate that was once stood on by Hackenstone, who initially triggered it. And you can see that these pipes are on either side of you, Chorus and Clyde, and they appear to be on either side of Hackenstone and Tor as well. And even more so, they appear to be up and down the length of this hallway, all the way up to the last 5 feet of the passageway. So if
Jesus.
When
you were to step forward, there might be another activation.
can Rusko look at one of them and actually see if it's one of the ones that can move and aim, or if it just wants to go straight across now?
Go ahead and take a gander, but what you'll notice is not one single thing that's firing all of these darts. There's like a multitude of them.
I got it. I'm just trying to see if they are the ones that can move, because remember in the first temple it had ones that just went straight across. In the second temple that got me down, they could move and aim.
Right. What you're seeing here is this appears to be a series of them buffeting out. So it's not just one shooting. They're actually, each dart shot is a number of darts shooting at once. A fusillade, if you will.
Okay. How high do they go?
All the way to the ceiling. So it's like
All the way to the ceiling,
it's like
so it's the whole wall.
Yeah, it's like a sheet of arrows or darts from either side that kind of shoot out at you.
But us standing on the pressure plates is not going to activate them.
It seems that they fired out, and they have not reactivated or started shooting again.
Did it look like they fired the whole hallway out, or just those ones in
Just
front?
in the first 2 spaces.
Wait,
Okay.
did you say, when you said we're talking about the description of the room, did you say there were vines hanging from
Moss.
bushes?
Yeah.
Moss? So you can't like swing on the vines. There's no
No.
like vines that you can actually swing on.
Okay. Can I take out my backpack and hempen rope and tie the rope to it and seal the backpack as best I can, throw it down the hallway, and drag it back to see if I can get any more to go?
How much is your backpack?
Nice.
I'm gonna hit the
84
ground.
pounds.
Alright. Go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
Wouldn't that just keep firing them down the hallway?
Yeah,
Well,
hit
if
the-
it's straight
They
across,
go across. If we're not in there and they go straight across, it shouldn't hit us.
Yep.
Oh, I thought they were coming down the hallway. They're going horizontal.
Go ahead and make a strength athletics check.
Were they going horizontally, John?
Yeah, they're shooting across the hallway, not down the
So,
hallway.
yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
straight athletics check.
They're not coming from the face on the end, Steve. They're coming from the walls.
I rolled a 9. I want you to know that I have not rolled over a 3 out of everything that I've rolled.
dude, you have a +6.
For hilarity,
Yeah.
Hackenstone, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I said I was gonna hit the deck, so I'm like actually
Oh.
on the ground.
Oh yeah, no, that's why I'm making you roll the strength athletics check, or the dexterity
Oh,
saving throw.
I rolled a dex. Hopefully that was on.
Yeah, as you're kind of laying on there, you kind of look over your shoulder with your one eye, and you see a backpack coming hurtling towards you like death itself. You roll to the side, the backpack lands next to you, not killing you.
Oh,
Maybe
Throwing
you
it-
can help
Throwing,
Rusk.
throwing an 84-pound backpack seems to be a lot harder than you thought. it would be.
But I'm strong.
Yeah, but apparently not strong enough.
Yeah. I tried. Sorry.
Hey, wait, could somebody throw me down the hall? I'm
You
not
could-
super heavy. I
could
have
just walk.
an arm and a
They're gonna get
Yeah.
fired at.
well, get fired at. I'm wondering if somebody throws me over the traps.
Oh,
Somebody did see the traps, though. I remember.
I
So you could point them out
apologize.
to me, maybe.
Sorry. Hold on a second. Clyde, you fell in the hole and got poisoned. Can you do me a favor and make a Constitution saving throw? I forgot to have you do that. It's the same for the darts as well.
Uh-oh.
22.
Nice.
Go ahead and make it for the dart. And Hackenstone, Chorus, and Tor need saving throws as well.
I do have
And-
advantage on my
I saved. I wasn't hit.
That's right.
And then 10 on the dart.
Tor wasn't. Okay. You are poisoned. No, sorry. The darts don't have it. The darts don't have it. Never mind.
Oh.
Just the pit trap had it. Okay. They have regular poison, but the pit trap can poison condition you for a long time.
So
Sorry.
did we determine that all of these squares are these are all trapped?
Yep.
Like they're all pressure plated?
Perhaps.
Oh,
That's
okay.
my understanding.
I recommend we jump. Some people could probably jump about
No.
10 feet.
No.
Tor has a broom.
Oh yeah, fly through them then and drop us off.
Tor's gonna get on his broom and scout forward, checking,
Okay.
where these stop, I guess.
Yeah. So as I described, the last 5 feet of the hallway before the T is clear. The next 2 squares, the next 10 feet, if you will, appear to have traps. The pressure plates appear to be one on the right and one on the left. So basically, if you were to step forward Hackenstone, no trigger. Tor steps forward, triggers. And then likewise, moving up and so on.
Oh, so we could like zigzag up the hall.
Yeah, if you all move in a zigzag pattern, you might be able to walk through without stepping on a pressure plate.
Just
Okay.
like
Even
we-
so, Tor's going to scan up here and see if there's like a safe spot for 11 people to stand.
So those 2 are trapped, right? Those 2 pink squares.
Those two
Yes.
yes, those are the traps.
And then after that we're safe.
Seems right.
So yeah, we can zigzag up there.
All right, I'll zigzag up there then. But I want to wait for what he says. What he sees up here.
Okay, so he flew over and is checking out the other side. So as I mentioned, there is the gaping maw of the demon, and its mouth appears to be filled with solid blackness. You've seen this picture. It's the loading picture for the game every time we play.
That gaping mouth.
Yep. And then it looks like there is a series of a rusted iron gate set in the corridor floor to the left. It looks like it is making kind of a watery sound. On closer inspection, just looking at it from a little distance, you can see that there appears to be muddy water flowing underneath.
Okay.
What's in the mouth of the demon, like the devil thing? It's just pure blackness.
Solid black.
Someone hand me like a javelin or a spear or something. I just want to stick it in and see what happens.
I got
Or an
you.
arrow,
I'll
or
hand
like an
him one.
arrow, something long.
I'll hand him one of my javelins.
Okay.
I just hold it at like the farthest back I can, and then just kind of like stick it in, and then like pull it out.
Vanishes into the darkness, cannot be seen, and when you pull it out, it appears to be a javelin.
Interesting. Peculiar.
Okay. There does appear to be a door on the left side, at the end of the hallway there, and there does appear to be an open room on the right side. balcony.
Does any of the blackness stick to the javelin at all, or is it just like the portal hole from Looney Tunes?
Not familiar with that precisely, but no, yeah, it's like putting something into the darkness. It just becomes invisible, and when you pull it out, it is the same thing it was.
I mean, I have another experiment, but it could go horribly wrong.
Yep, I think we're on the same track.
Does anybody have a light source that we could put like a torch so we could see in there? Maybe the light will penetrate the darkness.
I think I have light.
Try that.
Yeah, I
Just
think
by
Chorus
light.
should have light
Just
as well.
shine it in there. Don't stick
Otherwise,
your
I don't know
hand
how
in
to
there,
see.
though.
I must.
Okay,
I'm gonna light a torch and,
And-
try to.
put it in the hole. Okay,
Yeah, why not?
you put it in. Doesn't appear
See if it
that
lights up.
it lights up. The darkness just becomes shadow, and as you pull the torch back out, it's still lit.
Confounded. I guess I would just put out the torch. I don't
The
know.
thing that's really interesting, though, that you might notice, actually that you do notice, is that the fire crackles, and when you put it inside the mouth, it no longer makes any sound. And then when you pull it out, it's making sound again.
What'd that obelisk say outside about the darkness?
I think I posted it in the chat.
Let me check.
Darkness, it hides. I'm scared. Can I work my familiar and send him on in there? Maybe I can see. Maybe I can see what's on the other side through his eyes.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, sure, sure. Why not? Let's see what happens.
Okay. You instantly lose communication with your familiar.
Am I able to resummon him?
If you want to spend 10 minutes casting the spell, find familiar as a ritual, and you have 25 gold pieces worth of charcoal on you.
Shit. Okay, well, I'm gonna deduce that he got sucked into some alternate realm or something.
I think this is what he was talking about. Fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle and the seas dry up and the dead rise. And I, Creek the Eternal, reap the world of the living.
Acererak.
What?
Acererak.
Whatever it is. Those who dare to enter take heed. The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In the darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. I want to put my face in this thing. No, no, I'm totally kidding.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Just let me know what you're doing.
Well,
We
if
do
I had
have
a spare hand, I'd stick it in there.
We
I
have
don't-
passages on each side that we can check out.
Yeah, left to right, boys.
All right, whatever you guys want to do, I'm good to follow. Or I'll lead if you need me to, but tell me which way to go.
Can we look down and see any more pressure plate traps on either of those sides?
If you're looking for traps, go ahead and make a perception check. And if you're-
15.
And I apologize. The door at the end of the hall, I lied. It's not a door. It appears to be a solid door of crystal.
Ooh. Cool.
15, you said? Doesn't appear to be any traps in either hallway.
Is the crystal like a window almost, or is it like jagged? We can't really see through
It
it.
appears to be a window, yeah. There's creepers and vines clinging to the wall of the corridor around it, but at the end of it, you see an arched crystal window, 6 feet wide and 10 feet high, and through it, you can see a dark chamber.
I want to push on the crystal because. Oh no, I don't. Can I see what I saw through the crystal? Or I try to open it.
If you move over to the crystal window and look in, you see on the opposite side. Can I not do the thing I just said?
Hold up. Hold up.
It appears there's a vaulted tomb overgrown with moss and creepers. A stone sarcophagus rests on a steep step dais in the middle of the floor. On the wall behind the sarcophagus, 2 large statues of bears grip a 5-foot diameter bronze disc embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. 6 desiccated corpses that appear to be undead is slumped on thrones in niches along the walls. Each corpse wears a black mask made of paper mache and feathers. An arched crystal window is how you're peering through to see it.
Oh, hold up, boys. Said they're wearing masks?
Black masks.
Was there
Don the
any-
masks or be seen. Young men. Maybe we need to get some masks, you know what I'm saying?
Did he see anything in the grate when he walked down there?
Water.
Oh, I wasn't looking at it.
Oh.
Well, maybe there's some masks on the other side, so I'm gonna walk over to the other side.
Okay.
What
Bear
happens
with
when
me.
I look out there?
Mm-mm.
Oh shit, I see something.
Mm-mm. Let's see. Sorry, my stuff's lagging.
That's alright.
You would see a very grand hall. Looks like a grand staircase that leads down. Looks like to the left, there's the staircase start. 50 feet across, plunges deep down into darkness below. A stone balcony winds around the walls to connect 4 archways. Other balcony levels are visible below, with corridors radiating off in all directions. To the north, a stone staircase descends to the lower levels as mentioned.
Is V with us?
Yeah.
I see a stone staircase.
But she's been mostly silent the whole time, just drinking it all in. And strangely, she did not get added to the board. But yeah, she's there.
I was gonna ask if she could fly in that direction, maybe see further down
Oh,
what that balcony's over.
I can't fly. I can feather fall.
Oh, I thought she had wings.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The dead kobold had wings.
No, I thought like weeks ago when you were describing her. Maybe
No.
not.
Oh wait, no, she can cast the spell fly.
I don't have any ideas.
She says, if you'd like, I can cast fly upon you, and you can check it out.
No, I'm done leading the party, thank you.
Based on your stunning performance, I of the opinion I shouldn't do it either. She smiles.
Is this probably a good place to stop, or do we want to keep trying to push?
You guys call. If 7
Kinda
o'clock's the
stuck,
normal,
I think.
yeah, 7 o'clock's the normal cutoff time. But if you want to keep going, I don't mind. I haven't played D&D in a long time.
If you guys want to keep pushing, I'm gonna have to bounce, but you can just kind of roll me with you.
We'll go ahead and call it for then. If that's the case, it sounded like you were trying to go.
Yeah, well, I just got to go for family stuff. There's
Oh,
plenty of people
no.
here. Keep going.
No,
That's
no,
fine.
it's all right. We don't have a Jeremy. We don't have a you, and there's a whole bunch of fun to be had. We'll go ahead and just pick up next session. Does anybody want to shove their head into the mouth before we move, though?
No.
Any takers?
Not even a little bit.
You to do it.
Alright.
He will do
You'll
it. if he
do-
wants to, but he might die. and
I will
you'll-
re-offer this. I will re-offer it to you next session.
I'll meditate upon it.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye, guys.